Let's try doing some nails down here. We'll think about other things that I can do with this model. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I mean, there aren't any tools probably for nails like screw. I know that screw is a tool that you know, if I put this guy into paint and do like a screw tool. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like I don't even know if I want like a screw. I would rather get a nail in there, so they probably don't have any effects for that really. I'm not doing bullet holes either. Like that would be kind of strange. So let's make something. Make something from scratch here. I don't know if I really even want to do like a paint layer. I think I would rather just do like a fill. The black mask here. So I mean, the screw is not going to be hard at all. It's a circle, right? So what are we going to get from that? I probably actually want to do a couple of different screws so they don't all look the same. I need my brush size to be pretty hard. I kind of want these guys to be a little big so that if the resolution's not that great on them, I can just kind of, we can work with it there. So let me do like one right here. I think I need 3. Let's try 3 out. One right here and one right here. 3 screws, okay? Or nails, whatever. You get it. These are gonna be metal. So let's bump up the metal. Let's play with the height or the base color. A little bit darker. Roughness is a little bit shinier. Okay, so they kind of look a little bit like the rivets now. Let's give it a little bit of height up. I don't need normals. Opacity, it's doing the right thing. AO, I don't really need that. Okay, so I got color, height, roughness, and metal. I'm gonna come over to height though, and instead of it going to going through, I'm just gonna make it a normal. That way it should override things. Actually, let me go to normals too and make sure that the normals are overriding things as well. There we go. Because it looks like there's some normal map stuff happening from these staples. So I want to make sure that, you know, that's coming out clean. Okay, so I got a couple of screws here. Let me I kind of want to, you know, I want to bend some of these in a little bit though and kind of get some different details in here. So I'm just going to kind of brush some stuff on this thing. You know, get some mildly different shapes in there. You know, one of these guys I could probably like really dent in pretty bad. You know what, I should do it for this one over here. Let's get like a really big dent into this thing. Because this way, it kind of gets away from my staples a little bit. But you still kind of see the, you know, the roundness there. The roundness is still there, so people know, yeah, that's a screw, or that's a nail, right? Just getting set up with silhouette though, right? This is how you would want to do some of these things. Let's get a little bit, not too deep, because, you know, nails are not going to do this kind of stuff. All right. So a little bit of that going on there. For color, I'm in normal right now. So let's go to the fill now. And let's see if I can put like a, you know, okay, so I need to do all that over again now with the colors and stuff, because if I want to put some things over it, then I'm going to need to have some more control over this thing and layer it up. Fill it up. So yeah, roughness needs to be a little bit more than that. I'm thinking maybe a little bit brighter on the color again. I think the nails need to be, you know, a little bit darker than the rivets, in my opinion, because they're probably going to be kind of rough looking. So now I can put like another fill over top of this with like color and stuff. Let's get some grunge on these nails. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, let me just tile. No. What's this one? Galvanized grunge. Okay. I need to just scale this up a little bit more. All right, that looks like kind of metal-y grunge, right? Bump up the contrast a little bit. Probably lower the scale down a little bit more. Let's get, yeah. That looks a little bit better. Now I just want this to be like a multiply, so it's just gonna darken that up a little bit. I'm gonna lower the opacity on this guy too here. You know, I probably actually need to bump up my base color now that things are darkening. And maybe play around with roughness too. A little bit of roughness cannot hurt. Actually, you know what? It needs to be in the grunge of that though. So I need I can't just put roughness in this thing. I need to copy the base color, the grunge that I have in here. Can't line that up. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Instead of doing things this way, I'm just gonna get rid of this this guy right there. I'm going to make a folder. Put this guy in a folder. I'm going to excuse me. Now my normals need to be in here again. And that probably messed up everything. I need to just get rid of that. Fill. My normals turned on. Why is it doing that? Is this height now? Okay. That like completely messed up my mask there, and I need to find out what happened. I just have like all of these things on top of each other, and that's probably messing some things up there. Normal should be good. It is the normals that's doing this thing. We should turn normal off on this one. Oh boy, something messed up here. Oh, okay. There we go. The folder needed some work. And now I need to turn this on to normal too, probably. Height. Normal. There we go. Okay. So now we're isolated to just what's happening in the layers there. And I'm going to put a grunge on this thing. Let's make a fill. I'm going to put my grunge in the mask. So black mask, add a fill. And put my grunge in here. And this grunge, what is this doing? Let's turn all this off. Oh, I just want color in there. Show me that color. So this fill, I wanted to scale it to like 14, I think was like the number that was looking good, 14. Paste this into the mask. Jeez, come on. And then add a fill. Oh, I need to work with paint layers. This is my problem. Add a black mask. It's not going to duplicate the effect in here though. Okay, so I'm gonna have to paint these screws again then. Here, I'm just going to remove this. This is a learning experience. I'm gonna add a paint, and I'm just gonna paint over what I already did here, basically. Just make like some white dots here. And then kind of just sculpt these guys out in little shapes. I don't know if this is working or not. We'll have to see. Tiny little notches in there. It's kind of hard to mess up these nails though. All right, so I'm going to copy this mask into this one and see. Yeah, okay. That wasn't too great. Let's just paint some of these guys in a little bit more. Kind of clean this up. These actually aren't too bad. It's that top one up there that was kind of weird looking. Okay. Copy mask, paste into mask, and that way they're both using the same mask, and I can keep that mask thing going. I'm going to add a fill now, though, and put it under the paint. That way the paint has priority over the fill. Once again, bump this guy up to like 14. The grunge. Let this guy be a multiply. No, I need to reverse this, actually. This guy's a normal. This guy's a multiply. And now it's only affecting that one. It's only affecting the little screws there. That's kind of what I wanted right there, was a little bit of that action. This I wanted to be darker. I wanted it to be rougher. There's a little more roughness in there. And this is all inside my paint area. And let's pull a little bit of height out of it too. All right, so that's looking kind of weird. What am I looking at this thing in? I'm only in 1024, so it'll look a little bit better in 2048, I'm sure. Stand by. Okay, so now I'm in 2048 mode, so we can see a little bit more that's happening in here. Height should not be this extreme. Man. Just a little bit is enough to get the job done. I want like a huge difference in roughness. My opinion is the higher, actually, you know what? I want the height to go down a little bit. In an instance, it actually is going down because the whole nail itself is rising up. So if I bring the height down to like 0, then the height of the nail is going up, but then the depressions in there are doing that. Maybe a little bit of AO too. Let's put a little bit of darkness in there too. Just to kind of play around with the lighting a little bit more, not get a lot of specularity in that. Looks pretty good. All right, so got some of those in there. Sorry, I don't know why I'm changing materials here. I need to go back to my layers, that's what it is. All right, so that's a start to my nails. I think I want to put like a little bit of depression on the outside of these things too, so I'm going to do a little bit of that as well. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer. And I just want to mask out everything now, or mask out some of the centers, because I think I want to like put like a little bit of a lip. Am I painting black or white right now? I'm painting white. I just want to mask some of this stuff out so that we can get just a little bit more height. You can kind of see a little bit of that going on there, right? I just want to kind of get like some mild height in certain places and kind of get like this nail looking like it's banged in. This is really nasty looking too. I'm gonna put like a blur in here to make this softer. There we go. Just a little softness in there. So as I'm painting, it's gonna kind of soften some of this stuff out a little bit. I just want some like mild ridges going on in here. Why is it doing this? Oh, I'm masking out still. I thought... What the heck? Oh, you know what? So what I'm doing right now is actually affecting opacity and stuff. All I really want to control is height. So I'm turning everything else off. Maybe I'll put a little bit of roughness in there. Who knows? But I just want this stuff to affect that though. All right, go back to my painting. There we go. Lower the hardness on my brush here. So I'm just giving my... I just want to give a little bit of a rim around this thing on the hammer or on the nail. So that the edges seem, you know, lifted. Just mildly. Too much. A little bit of that denting action going on in there. So, yeah. Actually, I'm kind of approaching this opposite where I should be getting some pretty heavy dents out here where the nail is bending in. And probably less denting out here. Yeah. What am I doing, right? There's a little bit of a lip on that one. That's okay. There we go. Because this metal's coming in. That's how we do. More of a lip on that. Okay, let's get a lip on this guy up here. I forgot that I need to like come in here and mask out some of this stuff. And then I come in here and kind of mask in a little bit more. that was too much. Right, again, I keep trying to do the same thing where I'm like pulling out on the areas I shouldn't be pulling out. Kind of smooth that out a little bit. There we go. Those look like some pretty good nails to me. And something else too is, you know, since we're doing a lot of nailing into wood, what I'm going to actually set up here underneath these nails is like chipping of the wood and probably some of that. So we'll see if we can do that today too. Just kind of keep this thing going. Right now, I think like my base, actually, yeah. Let me come in here to this and see. We could do just a little bit more work on the material too. So, you know, the exterior of this is probably going to be a little bit, you know, rougher. Maybe we can make it just a little bit lighter. Give us just a little bit of variety in there. All these layers can kind of come together and work together in a small little way. I think that's a little bit too much. Just mild little changes and things. It makes a difference, truthfully. Okay. And then I feel like we're just a little bit too shiny on this nail on the bottom. So just a little bump up. That works. Okay, let's get some of those cracks underneath this thing now. Just gonna name this thing my nails. So just kind of like what we did with the wood here, for my staples. You know, maybe I'll need some better shapes than that though. I need probably another fill. With a black mask. I don't know if I should have like a paint. I'll probably need to paint this in here. Let's see what kind of alphas I can find. Maybe there's something in here that I can use. Change up my sizes here to like a medium size. Or larger. There we go. I just want to see this stuff. I mean, this is probably what would happen if we were working with screws. So you could do something like that behind it. I don't think that's the case for me right now, though. I need like splitting wood. Frost. Yeah. There's some new stuff that they added in here, definitely. Definitely some new things. Most of these are like brushes. Though I'm looking to just find something that I can stencil in for these guys. Lip marks. Scratches. No. kind of weird. But it's nice and centrally focused, so, you know, that's pretty nice. We'll take a look at that. I'll come back to it. That mop one. Yeah, I'm not really getting anything else, though. Let's try to take this mop one and see if we can make that useful to us. So I am just going to put this guy into a stencil like this. And I will do, we'll move this guy around a little bit. And I'm gonna do some painting. Kind of put that behind there, but I'll paint it a little bit less and paint some of that stuff out of there. Let me just get a couple of these guys going. Actually, no, I should probably get a couple of different effects in here, though. Let's find some more. This one doesn't look too bad. We'll try that out. Ooh, splat paper. This looks fun. Let's do this one. This is just getting me some shapes. This one's kind of long, so I need to make sure that I'm kind of squeezing it in the right spot here. And it's going to be kind of blobby looking because it has opacity on it right now. And it's masking opacity, so let's get a little bit more of a shape over here too. With masking opacity, there is no grays. It's just pure white or pure black. So it's, you get what you get. And that is actually working to our advantage here. We'll try this one too. We'll move them on to the other side over here. See what we can accomplish with this thing. I want to make sure that they're not like intersecting with each other too much. Because if these are going to be separate little alpha decals, then I need to have some control over this. Just gonna spin them around a little bit and try to get the same effect. Kind of size it up a little bit here too. Yeah, this one's a little weird. It's too splotchy. We'll see what happens with them. Okay, so now I need to get like a grungy brush and see if we can paint some of this stuff out of here now. I don't know what this thing is, but we'll try it, I guess. Let's come out of stencil mode. Let me just go into grayscale here, and that's going to change my brush up with a little alpha. But I want to paint black, so I'm going to kind of... Okay. No, it's like it's replacing it. It's not what I want. Put you in the alpha here. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted. But I want like black. There we go. So now I'm getting, I kind of wear this stuff up a little bit. You know, these ones right here kind of put, you know, more of an impact mark kind of look to it. I don't know if this is really doing it though. It's too... I need more chips. I need like bigger chips in this. I think that's my problem here. I want to get some bigger chips going. These are too soft. I need like clumpier. Or not clumpier, but just sharper. Sharper shapes. Kind of like this. Let's see what we can do with this. Just gonna increase my brush size here. Does that spin? Ooh. No, it doesn't spin my brush around though. Okay, so let me just get like an angle jitter and maybe it'll kind of... Okay, let me try something else because this guy's too big and blocky. This guy's kind of sharp and nasty. Okay, there we go. Just kind of chopping this up a little bit more. I got like a weird angle jitter on it, so it's kind of... Last one was a little weird. But this will be more of like a splintering of the wood kind of effect here. I feel like, you know, this is getting it. That was too much over here. And these will be some pretty good looking alphas, hopefully. You know, it doesn't really look like wood right now because it's white, but we can get some effects in here where we're getting this stuff just feeling harsher. chop some of these guys away from this alpha. I don't want like a lot of interference between some of these shapes. And, don't want anything kind of coming close to the edge there. All right, I like it. So that was just me putting the mask in there. Now let's take a look at what the layer can do now. A lot of this is going to go into this color wood. So I want to make sure that I'm getting like that kind of wood color. So let's grab my base color and do a little color drop here. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably going to be darker wood, just a little bit darker than what you're usually used to working with there. We can let this shape kind of sink in a little bit in height. Let's kind of dip it in. Definitely rough, full roughness. No metal. We don't need any normals. Maybe. We shouldn't need any normals. The AO, let's go dark with the AO. Really make these guys kind of sink in, which is gonna, you know, I'm gonna need to raise my base color up a little bit just to kind of make it look that way. Height, roughness, color. Okay, so these are gonna make some good geo decals for me to just kind of put around my model. And it's just gonna be one polygon shapes that are just kind of stacked on top of my surfaces. So we'll see what this stuff looks like, really. I should probably get a little bit of a shadow in there, maybe. So I kind of want them sunken in, but I'm wondering if I could do something where, yeah, let me try something. Let me duplicate this out. Getting shadows on these guys. I'm trying to think if maybe there's some kind of expanding that we can do, or blurring. I'm not sure if blurring goes out or in. Let me try something. Let's duplicate the layer. I'm gonna put it behind it. Come over to the mask here. I want to see if I can put, let me go darker with the color. I don't want any metal. I do want a little bit of roughness. None of this stuff though. Go darker with the color. I want full roughness because it's going to go on the wood and it's going to be a shadow. So I'm kind of doing an abyss kind of thing. This guy, I need ambient occlusion on him just to kind of counteract what I'm doing here. And I want to blur this with a filter. Blur, oh, I thought that said blur shape. Okay, so that's kind of blurring it out a little bit. I'm trying to just get like a little bit of a shadow around these things. I want this to be like a multiply on the No, not on base, not on height. I want it to be base color. Base color with a little bit of a multiply. There we go. Yeah, we're getting like a little bit of that dark shadow around it now, and it seems like it's kind of casting it. The more that I blur it, the oof. I thought I had opacity turned off. It should only be doing opacity here on this. Yeah, I just don't know why it's messing with the opacity of things. Because I don't have any opacity on it. It's just like roughness and stuff. It's really strange. Oh, I gotta get rid of this fill. That's probably what's doing it. Okay, so now, there we go. I had that fill in there. That's just like not doing anything. All right. So just a little bit darker. So you kind of see, we just get a little bit of a shadow around this thing. And it's just gonna make that nail look like it's kind of sitting on that wood a little bit better. Trying to see here, because it seems like it's affecting the AO a little bit too much. I might just take the AO off. Just get a little bit of shadow on there. All right.